In this video and the next two, I'm going to talk about three different properties that we can apply and use on objects in AutoCAD. The properties I'm going to talk about are color, line type, and line weight. And I'm going to show you one way to do it. And then in the fourth video, I want you to quit doing it the way I'm showing you in these first three, which are just a demonstration. And we'll handle color, line type, and line weight a lot more cleanly using layer properties in AutoCAD. But to get started with color, if I go up here to this properties panel on the home tab, the top button here, the top little drop down, is a way to pick different colors. And if I just pick red out of our index colors, these are the first colors on, whoever invented the color scheme in computers many years ago. 1 is red, 2 is yellow, 3 is green, 4 is cyan, 5 is blue, 6 is magenta, 7 is white if you're on a black background, or it's black if you're on a white background. And then you got some shades of gray, and then you go into other colors that actually differ from graphics card to graphics card. So we're just going to kind of focus on these down here because they're standard on every single computer. And I'm just going to pick red, and now red is considered the current color. And anything I draw is going to take on that color. No big deal. I'm going to hit the circle command and draw a circle just to say, yep, I drew a circle that's red. If I want to switch something to a different color, or if I want to start drawing with a different color, I pull this down and switch to a different color. I pick blue. Let's draw a circle with blue. Blue is not an easy color to see on a black background, so I tend to stay away from it. Now that I'm a bit older, when I was younger, it wasn't such a big deal. So that's how we switch colors and make a different color current. And then everything we draw from that point forward will be taking on that color until we switch to a different color. Now, just because you drew it that color, like I have these right here that were drawn in our initial state of white, excuse me, doesn't mean that I've got to stick to that. What I can do is pick an object, and then this becomes kind of informative. It tells us what color it was with. Now, we'll talk about the concept of by layer a little bit later, but right now I'm going to pull this down, and I'm going to say, you know what, that should be cyan. Okay? And I'll hit escape to let go of that object. I'm going to pick another object, and then its properties are shown to me up here. And I'm going to pull this down and say that should be magenta, and I'm going to hit escape. And another way, rather than using the properties panel, is if you've got quick properties toggled on. First of all, you got to make the button itself available, and we do that with this button right here, the customization button. Make sure there's a check next to quick properties, then we know it's showing up down here. And then pick it to make it turn into having that blue background. And then when quick properties are on, instead of having to move all the way up, boy, do we get talking lazy, like instead of having to move way up there, right at the cursor, my properties panel shows up, and color is one of the properties that I can manage through quick properties. And I can make this a different color just by there, and then hit escape, and we're out of it. We'll make this last white thing some new color. I'll pick that, I'll pick this, I'll make it green, and I'll hit escape. And those are your ways of changing color. Again, in a future video, we'll talk about a cleaner way to handle color.